So I just watched episode 1 of the Loki series, and this is going to be a non-spoiler review, but let me just say straight up, I absolutely adore this show. But one big praise I'm going to give it is that, look, I'm a fan of The Mandalorian. I really love The Mandalorian. I loved WandaVision. You guys know I like 40% of the reason why my channel grew so fast in 2021 was mainly because of how much I would make videos on WandaVision. And I love that show so much. I praised it unbelievably more than I ever expected. Falcon and Winter Soldier, I thought it was a alright show. I didn't think it was great. I thought it was okay at best. It was alright. I enjoyed it, but I didn't love it. I wasn't, with WandaVision, I would always set my alarm up for 2 a.m. To watch a brand new episode. And Falcon Winter Soldier was more that I would just wake up at my usual time and be like, hey, look, a new episode. It's Friday. So I would put it on and be like, all right, it's all right. But I think this episode 1 of Loki is the best Disney Plus original series episode I've seen. It had emotion, it had comedy, it was perfect. And look, I've always been a fan of Loki, but I've never been as big of a fan as most people. I've always been like, hey, Loki's a good character. I'm just not the biggest fan of him. But in this episode specifically, it was unbelievably amazing seeing how great the character was of Loki, and I absolutely loved it. But before I get into my full-on review, no spoilers, by the way, and Friday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, we are going to be doing an open spoiler discussion for Loki episode 1, and I hope you guys join us. And also, every Tuesday from now on, we're going to be doing a pregame show at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, so that we can, anticipate the new upcoming episode of Loki. Now, with that being said, make sure you smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and turn on the notification bells. That way you can be notified for future content here on the channel. And basically here on this channel, we talk about movies, movie news, and everything in the wonderful world of movies. And if you're a big fan of movies like I am, you're in the right place. And if you want to keep up with the Loki series and more open spoiler discussions, more live streams where we're going to do pregame shows for Loki, then this is the channel for you. And again, let me know in the comment sections down below. What are your thoughts on the Loki series? Did you like it? Did you not? Whatever it is, let me know in the comment sections down below. But anyways, overall, so it's funny. I was talking to someone a few days ago, and we were talking, what's a moment in the MCU that's made you cry? And look, I'm a big Marvel fan. I grew up with the Marvel comics. I grew up with the MCU. I absolutely adore the MCU. And there's never been a specific moment that has ever made me tear up. I'm not going to say, I'm not going to spoil anything for Loki, by the way. Let me rephrase that. And I was thinking the Yondu death scene, Tony's death didn't make me cry. No MCU scene ever got me tearing up. And that's mainly because I don't cry often in movies. I always hold it in very well. Doesn't mean I don't feel, it doesn't mean I don't feel sadness for something that's happened on screen, but in the Loki series had a specific moment that was close, and I will still say this was the most emotional moment throughout, the entire MCU. I'm not gonna say what it is, but for those who have seen it, you guys know what I'm talking about. And there's also a moment in the episode that I like that kind of made you question Endgame and Infinity War. Some of you might know what I'm talking about, but that moment specifically, I was like, things are about to get crazy in the new saga in Marvel. And look, I don't call it by phase. I can't stand calling it phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. I like to just say Infinity Saga, and I don't know what this new saga is going to be called, but I just call it part 2. So part 2, there's a moment in this episode where you thought, oh my God, they're going to do something in Marvel that we didn't expect. And the reason why I love this episode so much is because it hit you in the heart. You were laughing. It was enjoyable. And it made you also question what the MCU is. Because remember, the MCU started it started with a movie about a alcoholic, a womanizer who was just a rich billionaire playboy philanthropist. And he created a robot suit. by the way. I'm talking about Iron, by the way. But that specific, it's funny how it began like that. Now, this isn't a spoiler because the trailers say this, but they're gonna explore the multiverse, and I've always been a fan of time travel multiverse storylines. I loved Endgame, and I do think this is gonna lead into Multiverse of Madness with Doctor Strange too. I, Kevin Feige did say that what it's gonna be, it's gonna be WandaVision, No Way Home, and Multiverse of Madness. But I do believe Loki is gonna play a part in that. And I really love what they said in the show. They said there's this one timeline. There's no multiverses. There's nothing. And everyone who goes to the TVA, the Time Variant Association, I believe that's what it stands for. Anyone who messes it up, they go to the TVA and they're held trial for the crimes against time. And that's a very interesting premise. And let me tell you, Tom Hiddleston as Loki, this was his best performance as Loki yet. I'll say this. I've never been the biggest fan of the Loki character. Now, while I've enjoyed him and I thought he was great in Avengers, the first Thor movie, thought he was the best part of Thor: The Dark World, which I still personally believe is the worst MCU movie of all time. Ragnarok, he was amazing. The small scene in Infinity War he was in, I love what he's done in the MCU. I don't think any of that has been nearly as good as what his performance in this first episode. And I quite enjoyed it, and I really loved this episode. And I gotta say this, I'm a big fan of WandaVision, and I'm a big fan of The Mandalorian, and I quite enjoyed Falcon and Winter Soldier. I believe this one episode of Loki is the single best episode in any Disney Plus original series, for multiple reasons. Again, it hits you in the heart, it hits you in the head, it makes you think, you're laughing, you're almost tearing up. I didn't tear up, but I kind of almost felt it. And I really, I'm and the thing I think this show has the upper hand over WandaVision is that while I did love WandaVision, one fundamental part I didn't like is I felt like the episodes were way too short. Like, there were moments where the episode would end and then you'd be like, they're like, really? Come on, no, just 5 more minutes at least. While Loki, it satisfied me, but also kept me wanting more, where it was like 50 minutes, I believe. And even though I still wanted more, I felt satisfied with enough minutes of the episode that I eventually got. And I quite enjoyed it. And Owen Wilson was great. I never thought I'd see him in a Disney Plus series. Again, Tom Hiddleston's great. I think everyone was great in this. And I love how it's really emphasizing on Loki's past, future, what his life is, and who he is. It's a brand new thing. And I absolutely love it. But that's going to be my full review for this episode. I loved it. I can't. I'm speechless. I'm left speechless because I really loved this episode, and I cannot wait. I can't wait for the spoiler discussion that we're going to be hosting on Friday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. For those in Eastern Standard Time, that is 12 p.m. For those in LA time, which is the West Coast in the U.S., it would be around 8 a.m. I believe. So if you want to be a part of that, just make sure you subscribe and turn on notification bells. But again, let me know in the comment sections down below. What do you think about Loki? Do you disagree with me? Do you agree? Whatever it is, let me know in the comment sections down below. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.